Hi folks, we're back. Been both full of a cold. Came down with it on the same day. So I don't know where we got that from.
Yeah, it's been a bit tiring this week. But this is the first time I felt sort of 90% better.
Yeah, I managed to get the lawn cut and the paths trimmed, but I'm shattered.
I've brought a few more apple trees up. Good time to plant apple trees now.
And we just had a taste of one of my pears. This was the French one, wasn't it? What was that? I can't remember the name.
I can't remember the name of that one.
No, it's a French one, a French sounding one anyway. And it tastes very much like apple to me. I've never really ate pears before, so.
Yeah, the one we tried wasn't quite ready. It had fallen off and it had got bugs in it. So they're not quite as juicy as they could be at the moment, but they'll probably need storing for a little while, the ones that we picked. We picked about 3, looking quite good. Blemish free and no insect holes in them.
And we've also inspected the plums. They're probably about a week off picking.
Yeah, there's 1 or 2 that are going soft, but usually on a plum tree, when the first few that go soft, it just means there's an insect in them or a grub. But when they start going soft and they look perfect, then that's when they're properly ripe.
Yeah, so we've still got fruit coming off the allotment. Not been such a long season this year because of the strawberries. They were late and I didn't get my early ones, but next year I think going to aim next year from April to October for fruit.
Have you got any autumn raspberries? Any late ones?
No.
Yeah,
Actually not.
I've got a few in the garden and they're still fruiting quite well. Usually they'll keep fruiting until the frost, the autumn ones. They keep forming flowers right the way through depending on the temperature. We had some one time in January, just 1 or 2. It was amazing.
Oh, and that, in case you didn't pick up on it on one of my videos, a few months ago we found a mystery plant in the golden raspberries, and it just appeared there and out of nowhere, and it had got fruit on its, well, it got the buds onto it.
Yeah, it didn't look like a blackberry, and it didn't look like a thornless Loganberry. It looked sort of halfway between. It had a fairly bare stem with a little spike about every 3 or 4 inches, and we thought it could be interesting, but unfortunately when it had fruit on it, they were fairly average looking blackberries, which was a bit of a disappointment.
Yeah, and it was a bit more of a disappointment because when I went to pick them a few days later, there was none left. So whether somebody had been scrumping or whether the birds had had a feast, I don't know, but they'd gone. But anyway, when I was cutting down the Loganberries, I discovered a long stem from there. Is it a stem?
Stem? Yeah, I suppose it is. Yeah.
And it was probably about 7 feet long, and so basically I've threaded it along the fence, so that will take up the spot of the currants, which I've chopped down to ground level, because basically we just don't eat them and nobody wanted them, so it's pointless having them. So yeah, so that was an interesting fact.
Yeah, I've got a few more marrows coming on as well. I don't think the leaves on the plants are going to last very much longer, but there are another 3 or 4 marrows that must be at least 12 or 14 pounds. Quite big. Can I have a biscuit, please?
You can. What would you like? You can have one of everything.
I think I'll try. Have a breakaway.
Yeah. Okay.
Excellent.
There we are. Mint Club, folks. I know you all like your chocolate bars and you love watching you eat. So double the viewing this time.
Yeah.
This is what allotment life's about, folks. Okay, there's a negative side. We do get burgled, you do get vandalised and what have you.
Yeah.
Tends to be in 2-year cycles. Now, what do you reckon? Well, you're new to this, aren't you, up there?
Well, luckily so far I've not been burgled or vandalised, so I suppose there's going to be a first time for that. but it's better than lots of things. I think I prefer it to being an employee, to be honest.
And the beauty of an allotment though is if you've compared to having your own long big garden, is you can actually have tea breaks with fellow gardeners.
Yeah, and your own garden is great, obviously, for certain things, because it tends to be secure and you can do exactly what you want, but it's basically solitary. And coming up here, there's a good social side to it. It's great to stop and have a chat with the others and a bit of a joke. It's a real tonic.
You know, we know that it's not like that everywhere, but it only takes somebody to put a shed up on their plot and a little picnic table like this and get to know some of your fellow allotmenteers, and who knows, you could change what it's like on your allotments.
Yeah, that new plot that we went round about 3 or 4 weeks ago, that's very lonely up there, and whenever I go up there I don't really see anybody. So that's one downside, but it should be a very useful bit of land anyway. And I'm making a fairly good start at clearing it and taking the weeds out and putting some beds in.
Yeah, it was interesting when Sean Cameron came up here. He was saying that he was amazed at how busy it was up here. And basically there's people up here every day working away. It's quite an active allotment.
Yeah, the only disappointing days are when it's a steady drizzle or raining and people, you come up then and you're usually the only one.
I've been a bit lazy that way this year. Last year I was up here every day even when it was raining in the tunnels, but I took the opportunity to have a break this year when that happened. But it's not been many days like it, has it really?
Not really, no. You could come up and do a bit of painting in the tunnels, because even if it's raining, the light's good in there.
No, I see what you mean. I thought you meant painting furniture.
Oh no, painting the picture.
Yeah. Of course, unfortunately, it's getting a bit cooler now. Right, on a sunny day, it'd be nice and warm in there. But
Can you paint in a coat? I mean, you can't play the piano in a coat. I know that from experience, but...
well, you'll see me sometimes with a fleece on in the in my studio, and that's when I've got the oil heater on. But yeah, I try not to, because you can always get
well,
up until this year.
Paint on the coat.
That's it.
Yeah,
Up
right.
until this year, I never used to.
Oh, is that Marina?
I don't know.
We need a flag or something, don't we?
I don't know. I can hear activity. But
Yeah. Do you want to put the camera off a minute, or
Yeah.
have a look?
See you in a minute, folks.
Well, that's...
Hang on, it's still recording.
Yeah.